This week I'm headed back to Alabama to hunt with good buddy Kenny Samples. He's got some birds pegged. He called me, he said, Russell, get down here. We're gonna get after some Easterns in Alabama.
Turkey Hunter is brought to you by Browning, the best there is.
All right, guys, we're about to ease out of the driveway, Goober and I. There she is. We're heading to northeast Alabama to hunt with my buddy Kenny Samples. We just got back from Texas. This is actually the first time I've been hunting since Texas. Tennessee opens here this weekend. But Kenny called me, he said, I've got turkeys, you need to come kill them before I redneck them. So that's where we're heading. We're gonna spend the weekend with Kenny, and then I'm gonna ease over with Reno, do a little hunt with him, but he's got birds pegged. Browning trail cam's been showing them show up pretty regular, and he ain't got after them yet. And we can just now hunt with decoys as of today. So we got the RDCs in the back of the truck, everything ready to go. And maybe we'll get to work a bird this afternoon, get one dead, and get after some more in the morning. So let's go to Alabama. What you think? Co. Well, I'm excited to get back down to Alabama. I hunt with Kenny every year. He's always got birds. And over the past few years, they've really gotten prolific. The birds are thriving, doing great in this area, Alabama. So I get down there, Kenny's been watching them on trail cameras. He's got several birds. So we decided to hit his cousin's property the first morning to see if we can come out with a gobbler. Well, it's the first morning in Alabama. It is chilly this morning, it's about 39 degrees. So it's cool, it's calm, they ought to gobble. We're gonna get over here, find this place set up. It's kind of open, but we think we can find us some stuff to cut. Make us a little blind. Well, Kenny's got a pretty good idea where we want to set up that morning. We get there under the cover of darkness. It's a beautiful location. It's real open. Looks like a great place for a turkey to hang. We get the decoys out, and as it breaks daylight, sure enough, turkeys start hammering. We got some gobblers right in front of us. I think we got some cover right here. I think we're in a good spot. Kenny dialed us right in. We're finna work these turkeys. I don't know if they're by themselves, but they fixing to know we here. Let's do it, man. I'm fired up. Well, these turkeys are gobbling. They're gobbling good, but in front of us about 200 yards. And I just happened to look to the right, and I see someone walking. There's two hunters right here coming at us. One's got a shotgun. Well, sure enough, it's two hunters, and they're not supposed to be there. So Kenny walks out to them, and sure enough, they're trespassing. We get it ironed out. Nothing, nothing bad happens, nothing negative, and they apologize and going about their way. Luckily, we get all this done without spooking any turkeys. These turkeys are still gobbling. So Kenny comes back to me, sits down, and I just keep calling to these birds, and they keep gobbling. Well, I'm working these birds. They finally hit the ground and they start coming to us. And I look at Kenny, I'm like, they're fixing to top that rise. And then sure enough, they top the rise, but they have a hen with them. And they're kind of slow to progress to us, but that hen sees the decoys and she runs to them. She comes up to the decoys and stands there forever. But those gobblers, they're just apprehensive of it. I don't know why. They eventually turn and they ease right back over the hill. And I look at Kenny and I said, well, this afternoon, the only thing I know to do is go to where them turkeys were gobbling this morning and set up right there. Well, we're back at the spot where we started this morning. A lot of turkeys were in here gobbling. It sounded like two different groups, it may have been more. We dang near closed the deal. They just weren't sure of the decoy. And there was more turkeys to their left. They just really didn't, they didn't want to come down there to the decoy. But this afternoon, we're gonna go down there where they like to hang. Kenny says every year they love to hang in that hole, the back side of that hole. There's a big ridge there, runs down to the creek. We're gonna post up there, ease in there, glass our way. I got the hen and the Jake this afternoon, so we'll set that up and make us a little bushwhack shack, get somewhere we can see good and go to calling. So I think we killed turkey before dark. And we made a loop around the entire property and come in the back side of where them turkeys were roosted. Well, we get to this spot and it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, you can see hundreds and hundreds of yards. It looks like a killer place to call in a turkey. There's a fence row there, and we put the decoys out and make us a little bushwhack shack. You know, we build some cover up around us, you know, just, it's early season, so there's not much foliage. And we just want to be able to stay hid in case some hens or, you know, turkeys come out, they don't see us. But anyway, we get set up, get some brush in front of us, and I just happened to look up on the hillside with my binos, and there's a gobbler on the hillside about 300 yards in front of us. Gobble at it. Well, upon seeing that turkey, I immediately call to him. I call as loud as I can. Well, when I do, that bird answers. And I'm like, well, golly, he might come. It looks like he's by himself, so we're thinking he might come. Well, sure enough, I call again, and this bird gobbles again, and he's done eased off the hill, made it into the next bottom in front of us. He's coming. Well, all at once, I look up at the top of the hill about 150 yards, and there he stands. He's coming, seems straight. Still coming. Right, right there. Hey. What about that? Hey. That didn't take long.
Turkey Hunter is also brought to you by Apex Competitions, Indian Creek Shooting Systems, Replica Decoy Company, Foot on the Head Game Calls, Grounded Brand Turkey Vests, Apex Ammunition, and Vortex Optics.
Enter the Apex Outdoor Rewards Turkey Challenge in your state. Over $120,000 in cash rewards. Limited number of entries allowed statewide. Every bird is a possible winner. Reward your passion at apexoutdoorrewards.com.
Well, we got an Alabama turkey on the ground. So I go out there and get my turkey, bring it back, and I look at Kenny, I said, let's swap up. Maybe those 3 turkeys we encountered this morning will come in this afternoon. Well, I start periodically calling, just calling every 30 minutes or so. And the afternoon, you know, drags on. We killed that bird pretty early, midday. And we're just calling every 30 minutes and no gobbles. And all at once I hear something walking in behind us. And I just happen to turn around, look over my shoulder. We got hardwoods in behind us and I see a turkey and it's a gobbler. And then another head pops up, it's another gobbler. Another head pops up, another gobbler. Well, it's them 3 amigos. It's 3 turkeys we called in that morning. The only bad part is they're coming right up in behind us. Well, they get to a certain point and they kind of know something's off. They can't see the decoys. They're still in them hardwoods coming up a hill to us. So they decide to skirt around in front of us, knowing that something's wrong. They smell a rat, and they get to the field edge. Well, when they get to that field edge, they lock eyes on them decoys, and they forget all about us being there, and they go right to the RDCs. Hey, congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
Hey, they slipped in behind us, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, get it, get it. Hey, that worked, did it? Yeah, What a hunt, man.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. The plan worked, didn't it?
Plan come together.
And it very seldom does early season. We hunted these turkeys this morning. They didn't want to cooperate. So many things went wrong. The only thing that really went right is we never spooked a turkey. So these turkeys hung in this hole right here all morning long. They stayed out here and gobbled and gobbled and gobbled. I bet they gobbled 300 times if they gobbled once. And Kenny and I looked at each other. We're like, yeah, we're gonna come back this afternoon, but we're gonna slip around the property edge and we're gonna find us a spot down in this hole and we're gonna set up, build us a bushwhack shack.
Yep.
And we're gonna try it this afternoon. And that's what we did. We slipped all the way around the property edge. Beautiful piece of property, by the way. And found us a good high point where we could see good. See this whole bottom right here where they were at this morning. And built us a bushwhack shack, put the decoys out, and no more than sat down. And I spot a longbeard across the way. He gobbles. We have him dead in probably 15 minutes.
Yep.
And we swap positions and go to calling. We didn't hear, they didn't gobble. These birds Kenny just shot, they didn't gobble, but they come in behind us. I fight purred on that foot on the head glass, and we heard footsteps in behind us through the woods. And sure enough, they walked right up our rear. Luckily, they didn't see us. They were just purring, you know, everything was good. And once they got angled away from us off the hill a little bit, I soft called, and they about faced and come right to the edge in this drainage right here, saw the decoy, and come up here and put on a show.
They put on a heck of a show.
They did.
It's pretty awesome. It's the same 3 birds we called in this morning.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sure. So.
And this morning, they didn't want anything to do with the decoy.
No, it wouldn't have nothing to do with it.
Isn't that crazy?
Almost like they shied away from it for whatever reason, you know. So
I don't know
not
what.
really sure why, but
They gobbled their heads off this morning.
over themselves.
Yes, and to leave disappointed and to come back, and heck, we ain't been here probably 2 hours, and we got 2 turkeys here in Alabama. I mean, we turned them frowns upside down, didn't we?
Sure did. You know, we put a game plan together this morning about slipping around the other side of the property.
Yeah.
Because we knew we was going to bust birds because it was going to move back
Yep.
into the woods, and it worked out.
It worked.
out great. So
I can't thank you enough, brother.
that walk,
It was well
Paid
worth
off,
it.
didn't it?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
thank you, man.
We've had some good ones over the years, but
I've enjoyed it.
these hunts right here on this piece of property are about the prettiest I've ever been on with Kenny. They worked and read the script. Let's get after another in the morning. What you think? Well, what a way to kick off the opener in Northeast Alabama. We got 2 birds down and we got a whole nother property to hunt in the morning.